Welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. I actually have a panel of experts tonight because tonight's topic is the HK Holiday Show and HK Holiday Telethon. And I'm going to actually pass off. Obviously, I'm your host, Pete Mezzetti, and I'm going to introduce the rest of the panel. Go.
I'm Logan DiCicco. I'm a producer, and I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm Paige. I'm also a producer. I'm also going to be a host this year, and I'm really excited to be part of the show this year.
Thank you.
I'm Mason. I'm a producer as well. I'll be directing for it.
All right, and we also have people joining us via video tonight. And hello, Marcy.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Thanks
How are
for
you,
having
Marcy?
us. I'm
Introduce
Marcy
yourself
Webster,
and tell us a little about.
One of the heads of Team Rachel. My daughter, Rachel Webster, is the benefactor this year for the holiday show. I don't know how the B word works. She's the benefactress.
There you go.
She's a great kid.
Yeah. Marcy, now tell us a little bit about Rachel and the benefactor for this year's holiday show, and maybe you can explain what Ewing sarcoma is.
Sure, thanks. So my daughter Rachel is 10 years old, and this past January of the 2022, she had been complaining about pain in her leg. We thought maybe she had sprained her ankle, but an X-ray revealed that she in fact had bone cancer. Ewing sarcoma is a rare bone and soft tissue cancer that affects primarily boys, but girls too, usually under the age of 15. And we have been well taken care of at Connecticut Children's Hospital, and as well taken care of by the community of Haddam, Killingworth, where I've been teaching music at the high school now for about 19 years. So Rachel has undergone 14 rounds of chemotherapy starting at the end of February. She just finished in November. Okay. She unfortunately had to have a upper leg amputation at Boston Children's in June. And now she's here at Mass General getting proton radiation.
How's she feeling?
She's doing really well. It's great to have the chemo part, behind her. That is such a rigorous and challenging treatment with a lot of unfortunate and scary side effects. So it's nice to have that part over with. And Rachel's been adapting well now to being an amputee. She's starting to work on walking with a prosthetic leg, which has been challenging during chemo, because the body doesn't feel well, and it is a rigorous process that requires, just a lot of work. So hopefully she'll be making some more progress on that. I know she'd like to be more mobile. And then here at Mass General, so far proton radiation has been fairly easy. It was difficult to get all the spots lined up. A lot of children get tattoos, but we just marked her with a Sharpie, which we do every day. And then it's about 30 minutes every day. She'll be getting 30 treatments to the pelvis. Okay. She just finished her lung radiation today, which is great. And the people here at Mass General are wonderful, very nice. This is an amazing hospital. Mass General has the only proton machine in New England. Not every child is the right fit for that, and not every person can get a spot, so we are very blessed.
Wow. And I did not realize that you were a teacher.
I am, yep. I was hired as a young person. Okay. I started working at HK at 23. I was newly married. All right. I teach all the choirs, and I do the drama program here. And, I grew up with HK coming along. Yeah. It's a great place to work and an amazing community. We're very blessed to have been chosen for this year. I've done the holiday show every year working with the talent. I never imagined that we would actually be the holiday show one year.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know that much about Valley Shore Community Television, but the executive director here is Mr. Lewis.
Oh, yes, I am well aware of that. Mr. Lewis is a legend in his own right and a dear friend.
I actually saw the legend last week when I was here for a meeting.
Well, he's a member of Team Rachel. He's from Florida. He's been supporting us and encouraging us, and even sent us a gift. He's him and his wife are wonderful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this is going to be a random question for you and the panel. How important is it for you guys to get support of the community, especially for the holiday show? And what's it mean to each of you? Marcy, we're going to start with
Maybe
you.
we should. Oh, okay. Well, again, I am overwhelmed with gratitude over the things that people have done for us in the past almost year.
Okay.
You know, in January, my husband had to have open heart surgery, which was a huge unexpected blow.
Oh, no.
And so he's been out of work, and I'm currently unpaid because my time has just run out. Despite all the gifts and kindness, it just, had to come to an end at some point. So we really do appreciate the financial support that this show will most likely give us. But we also just wanted to raise awareness about the childhood cancer community. Most people don't think of childhood cancer when they think of cancer, right? They think of breast cancer, which is a horrible disease, and most people know someone who's battling breast cancer or has one or has succumbed to it. But kids get cancer too, and there are so many warriors out there, both here in the United States as well as all across the world. And I've really gotten to know that through Facebook. A lot of families battling different forms of cancer. So I think we appreciate everything that our community has done. We kind of feel like we shouldn't be receiving any more after everything people have done, but we appreciate it. And the kids at HK and the TV studio have been just phenomenal to work with, the kids that you have in front of you, as well as just all the kids that have been sent me kind words or given a donation or supported Rachel in some way.
All right, I'm going to open the floor to the same question to the panel in studio with me.
So I think one of our most main deciding factors for choosing her is that Miss Webster has been our course teacher forever now, and it's time that I think we should actually give back to them and her family.
Yeah.
And like she said, most people think about cancer, they think about breast cancer, but we want to bring awareness to childhood cancer and the more rare cancers that there are.
Okay.
Kind of to add on to what Logan said, whenever I see Mrs. Webster's school, she's the brightest person in the hallway, always has a smile, always asks about your day. And I think that this was a great opportunity to give back to her and to her family and everything that she's done for our school and how amazing she's been to our community. And I think we are very thankful that we can give back to her.
Okay.
And adding on, Mrs. Webster, she was the light of the school. Whenever you see her, she's happy, like Paige said, always being kind to everyone. For her and her family to have to deal with this problem and all the financial issues it brings along, it's something for HK to do to help her now.
Right. Now, how hard is it for you guys to plan the holiday show as far as timing, and roughly how long does it take? It's nothing you're going to throw together in 2 days.
So I think we started working on it.
Second week of school?
Yeah. Second week of school, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
We started, and at first we were just trying to get everything ready, the order and what we're actually going to do for it. When did we start questioning for beneficiaries?
I think a month in, maybe?
So yeah, we chose her early on.
Okay.
And then from there, we started gathering everything that we needed to actually compile and put together. And we're still doing it.
Are we?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And obviously the holiday show is done live. I believe it is Friday morning of before Christmas break?
Yep, the 23rd.
Yep. And obviously people can watch and donate live. Where are they watching on TV? I believe it's channel
18.
Yeah,
Yep.
18.
All right.
Yeah.
I had to think because it's another.
I blanked out on that one.
And as far as the benefactor goes with Rachel, of course, all the money and all the funds that they raise goes
directly to
help
her.
to the goes to help the family monetarily and beneficially. Okay, I'm gonna make up another
See,
word.
you're
There
having
you
trouble
go.
with the B word too.
Hey, there's another B word that just came off the top of my head, but that's okay.
That's a different word. No, don't do that one.
It works.
Absolutely. And Rachel, what else do we want to tell everybody about the the bone disease of Ewing sarcoma?
Sure. So there are two cancers that are similar, Ewing sarcoma and osteosarcoma, and they're both cancers that affect the bone.
Okay.
Some children have it in a place that they can't even have any type of surgery. So imagine cancer in the spine. You can't remove a person's spine.
No.
So in that case, the chemotherapy combined with, or coupled rather with radiation would be the treatment.
Okay.
Some cancers are localized, meaning they're just in one part of the body. Others are metastatic, meaning that it's spread. Unfortunately, in Rachel's case, by the time we had discovered the cancer, it had spread up her leg, up her left lymph node, and then into the lungs, which is really the most common place where Ewing's kind of can spread.
Yeah.
So that's why even though we had done the leg amputation, we've gone back to do radiation in those areas, which gives just her a better chance of not having a relapse.
Okay. And as far as back into the panel in the studio, as far as producing the holiday show, how time-consuming is it?
It's very time-consuming. Especially this year, we have a smaller group of students that are in TV classes.
Oh,
but
really?
last year, I don't know if it was very big, but this year we have less people to work with to make content. But I think we've been distributing work out to people well.
Okay.
The classes that we do have been giving a lot to us. They've been producing a lot of things that have been very helpful. So everyone is really wants to help out, and I think that will show.
Now, from what I hear, someone on the panel is going to be a host.
Yes.
And who would that be? And it's not me.
I'm very excited. I was the last 2 years, and it was great just being able to see what goes on behind the scenes, especially this year.
Yeah.
And going out and just being a part of it and interviewing different people. It's just great. It adds to the spirit. I'm very excited.
Would you guys mind sticking around for another segment?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
You matter.
You matter.
You matter.
And your words matter too.
Your words matter.
What you say in the hallways at school or in the student section at a game matters.
Words can be hurtful.
Words can be offensive.
Words can leave scars.
Words can also inspire.
Support.
And uplift.
You and your words.
Are they both important?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Community TV, your neighborhood TV.
Publicly funded and a reliable partner for cable companies nationwide, it provides transparent coverage of local and state government, education, and public programming.
A digital town green that can be watched anywhere, anytime, and on any device.
Watch us on today's high-tech distribution methods.
Community TV in Connecticut.
Local,
unfiltered,
reliable, and yours.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti, sitting here with the panel of experts. Panel, welcome back, and the guest through social media. Welcome back, Marcy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Marcy, let me ask you about, and I know we're in this segment, we're also going to talk about the HKHS holiday show, The Benefactor, but what I didn't realize is Rachel also has a sister.
She does, yeah. Her older sister, Catherine, is 14. She goes to Wethersfield High.
Okay. And how are her and the family doing with everything that's going on with Rachel?
I really appreciate you asking that, Pete. Because siblings of cancer warriors are, it's a challenge, right?
Yeah.
For that to, watch your family struggle through all the things that come along with a health scare. She's been doing remarkably well, and I'm so proud of her for not only persevering through school, which she has been, but also for advocating for herself to get help. The guidance department at Wethersfield High and all of her all of her teachers have been wonderfully supportive of Catherine, even allowing finding ways to get essential work done so that Catherine could miss a day to spend the day in the hospital when we were at Connecticut Children's, or this past week, she missed 2 days of school just to come to Boston, where we are getting proton therapy.
Yep.
So the teachers took the time to compile the work in advance so that Catherine could keep up with her schoolwork, but at the same time be here with Rachel, which really meant the world to both girls. Even just to be able to see this new hospital and meet the nurses. They gave her a prize out of the prize closet. Just helped a lot so that when she thinks about her sister in treatment, she knows the faces of the people and looks what the machine even looks like.
Absolutely. I'm sure being a kid looking at this big machine, it's probably could be a little bit intimidating or scary.
Yeah, definitely. She's been through a lot of scans. Kids that are battling cancer at first are diagnosed using a CT scan, an MRI, and a PET scan. And then we monitor the treatment using those scans throughout. So if you've ever had, one of those scans before, they can be scary, they can be overwhelming. Sometimes you have to fast for it or, get an injection of a dye, which means a poke. So all of those things are incredibly unpleasant. And kids battling cancer and other diseases are asked to do that all the time. So it was great for Catherine to be here. Also, my husband has been staying behind, or actually has been the delivery driver, has taken care of Catherine while Rachel and I are in hospital. And that's hard too, for a spouse to miss out on being at the bedside or being able to care for the sick child. So I'm, appreciative of him for all the things that he does behind the scenes to make sure that we're cared for and comfortable. And then just, the ways that he's been able to sort of process this stress while he's also recuperating from his health scare.
How's he feeling?
He's feeling really well. It's amazing. Open heart surgery for, quadruple bypass.
Yeah.
Was in the hospital for 4 days and then able to kind of come home and recuperate. And then it was something like 25, maybe 29 days after that surgery was when Rachel was diagnosed. I think it was wonderful that he had that surgery before we received this news, just because he at least was on the mend at that point.
Yeah.
And sort of, we unfortunately kind of shifted from thinking about him and his care to, kind of being very preoccupied with Rachel. So he's really made a priority of eating healthy and getting, walking. So that's been positive, and he's doing very well.
Absolutely. And I know what you mean about cancer, because I'm actually a 20-year cancer survivor myself, and
it's wonderful.
Speaking from personal experience, the dye contrast is no fun.
Sorry, I just have to get a nurse to turn off this alarm, so I'm going to mute for a minute.
That's fine. Well, while you mute for a minute, I'm just going to ask the panel in studio with me about obviously the broadcast will air live on Channel 18 and Frontier Channel 6090 and broadcast on holidayshow.rsd17.org on Friday the 23rd of December from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Will the show also be replayed?
It should be, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Kane makes sure to, especially during our holiday break, to play it as many times as we can. So I like to show my family during holiday break.
You could also go to I forgot how to get there. Go to the RSC 17 website. You could get to the video library where you could watch all the past holiday shows, and you can rewatch that one over and over again.
Over again.
We've done a lot of that this year, preparing for the holiday show, looking at things that we liked and didn't like. So.
Now, once the holiday show is live, when it goes into reruns during Christmas break, can people still donate even though the show is not live?
Yeah.
Even though it's on a rerun?
All the way up to January 1st. You can donate by going to the website. And it's really easy to go and donate. A lot of my family has already done it. So.
Oh, nice. Now, in years past, I understand, speaking from other benefactors that I've interviewed, you guys still do the fishbowl?
Yeah.
Yes,
excellent.
I do.
Yeah. Excellent. It's one of the main parts of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people love to watch it just for that, which is kind of sad, but it's fun.
I was going to say, didn't somebody donated a fish tank. Was that last year?
Yeah. So
I remember that, yeah, because I had somebody on with me.
Fishbowl people have won a pool from. I know that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you donated over a certain amount, was it last year or 2 years ago, you could get entered into like another, it was called a fish tank, to win a pool. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So obviously, there's a minimum contribution of $25 or more, which will be entered into the fish pool.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Yep. And then now, once your name gets thrown into the fish bowl, what do you get to choose from prize-wise?
So your name can get randomly picked.
Okay.
Right now, we have a few gift cards for some restaurants. We have a signed banner from ESPN.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of different, we go around asking local businesses or any businesses that we know if they'd be willing to donate anything to be put in that fish bowl. So people who donate then can get the opportunity to win something.
Cool. Yeah. Very cool. And Marcy, I see you're back. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Everything okay?
Living the hospital life. Alarms and beeps and people taking out the trash. It's all part of it.
Oh, of course. Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, Marcy, let's talk a little bit about how important it is for you guys and your family, especially for the HK community, and you guys to be the benefactor of the show this year.
Well, again, I just wanted to reiterate how incredibly supportive, the superintendent, the school board, my principal, Donna Hayward, athletic director, Lynn Flynn, assistant principal, Adam Epicella, all the teachers at school have been, when Rachel was first diagnosed, there was just an outpouring of love and gifts and support. People helped to cover my classes. They donated their sick time to our family. They made meals and delivered them here. So we have just been so well supported throughout. And there aren't any words really to explain our gratitude. It's just the kindness and the love is just wonderful. And it also, it helps when you're going through a hard time and people do things for you, even just sending a card or a text, just to let you know that people are thinking about you and that they care. It really means the world. And again, we appreciate the legacy of the holiday show. And I remember my first year at HK, peeking in and thinking, I want to be a part of this. This is incredible. Over the years, we've raised money for Habitat for Humanity. I know there have been some children that have been struggling with, I remember Finley Spiders was about a child that was going blind, and we had helped to raise money for her family. So this legacy that Connie Bombassi and Chuck Lewis and Jim Kane and now Ms. Topa Finberg have carried on, this is HK. HK is a family. They take care of their own. But we also reach out. So we're just eternally grateful, to be a part of that legacy in this way. And we appreciate, the gifts. They go directly toward all of our expenses. And right now, with two parents not working, those costs are significant.
Absolutely. And panel in studio with me. What else do we want to mention? We've got a little bit more time left as far as if people want to donate or people want to watch. Obviously, are you guys going to have people like live guests in studio, or is everything going to be pre-recorded?
Well, it's all live, and a lot of different schools come in. So I know like a middle school choir is coming in. The elementary school, some of the classes come in to sing. That's one of my favorite parts. They're so adorable. And there's like different guests that come in, like parts of the Board of Education in RC 17. And the superintendent, principals, and a lot of people come in. And it's really nice to see some familiar faces that we don't really see a lot.
And obviously they're allowed in because people or probably weren't allowed in years past because of all the craziness going on in the world.
It was tough like a few years ago. Now having people there, you just have to rely on the numbers that you see on the screen and not actually what's happening.
And now students, because of COVID, weren't allowed in the auditorium when it was actually happening. But I remember my freshman year when COVID didn't happen yet. That was a big part of the show, just the kids being in there clapping after like some things.
After a performance.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Somebody coming in to sing or speaking or reading poetry. But
yeah.
yeah. So if people want more information on the HK Holiday Show, where can they go?
They can go to the holidayshow.rc17.org.
Okay.
There's a list of everything you need to know about Rachel, the family, what the holiday show is, and what the holiday show has actually done for years past.
And obviously, the holiday show is going to be done live a week from this Friday, which is the 23rd.
23rd. Yep.
There you go. Well, we've got about a couple seconds left, but before we say goodnight, I want to thank the panel of you guys in studio with me. Thank you for coming on tonight.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you for having
Marcy,
us.
thank you.
Thanks, Pete.
Keep in touch, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Marcy and the panel, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next week.